Dodgers, Rays, a 1:10 p.m. start at George M. Steinbrenner Field. The sun won't be kind, neither will the metrics. One team's hunting, the other's hoping, and Vegas already knows it. Blake Snell takes the mound for LA. 2 starts, 9 innings, 1 earned run. But don't let that ERA fool you. He's walked 8, struck out 4, and just came off the IL with a shoulder problem. This isn't vintage Snell. It's a version with limits. He's unlikely to pitch deep. The leash is short. The Dodgers bullpen will have to carry weight early, but they've been up to it lately. Drew Rasmussen starts for Tampa Bay. On the surface, sharp, 2.96 ERA, 1.04 whip over 21 starts. But recently, a different picture. In his last 4 outings, he's averaged just 3.1 innings. The reason? Load management, surgeries. The Rays are treating him like glass. And when he leaves early, as he's expected to, the Rays bullpen must bridge the middle. That unit, a 4.16 ERA over their last 25 games. Not exactly lockdown. Now the lineups. Dodgers are slugging 442, third best in baseball. Rays sit at 401. Home runs, LA has 163, Tampa 118. And if we zoom into recent form, Dodgers hitting 257 over their last 6 games. Rays, a miserable 204 over the last week. That's not just cold, that's broken. Let's talk trends. Tampa Bay is 212 in their last 14 games against teams with winning records. That's a pattern, not a coincidence. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are 10-5 on the road when facing teams under 500. That's a predator-prey scenario, and the prey is limping. Snell may flash brilliance, and Rasmussen may hold on, but this game won't be decided by perfect innings. It'll be decided by lineup depth, bullpen stamina, and pressure moments. And in those categories, LA holds the edge, powerfully, quietly, and completely. And today's AI pick is Dodgers money line, 145. Will we cash or will we burn? Next voice up, Krista.
Wrigley, wind blowing in, the shadows stretch long, and the runs may be few. The Cubs send out Matthew Boyd, and this isn't the road version. This is the home specialist. 10 starts here, 1.95 ERA. He doesn't just pitch, he dictates. With a whip of 1.06 and a strikeout-to-walk ratio that smothers rallies before they start, Boyd is the metronome in this Chicago rhythm. The Orioles? They hit just .235 against lefties. Against Boyd, that weakness becomes a fracture. Baltimore counters with Tomoyuki Sugano. His .438 ERA isn't the story. His home run rate is. He's giving up nearly 2 per 9 innings, and the Cubs rank 3rd in the majors in long balls. On a normal day, that's a red flag. But today, the wind whispers no. It blows in from the outfield, muting power and transforming would-be bombs into warning track prayers. The Cubs lead all of baseball in runs per game, but momentum is more than math. They scratched out just 1 run in the opener, and while they're lethal on paper, the elements don't bend to algorithms. And here's the deeper thread. Both teams are trending under in this exact setting. Baltimore is 16-2 to the under on the road against winning teams. Chicago is 6-0 to the under at home when facing teams with a win percentage between .380 and .460. That's not coincidence, that's cadence. The win doesn't just shape the game, it shapes the probability. Sugano may be hittable, but he won't be punished with the long ball today. And Baltimore's bullpen has quietly turned a corner, holding a 3.18 ERA over the last 7 games. This won't be a fireworks show, it'll be a chessboard. Boyd throws strikes, Sugano dodges barrels, the wind snuffs power, and the under doesn't just make sense, it hums with harmony. And today's AI pick is under 8.5 total runs. Will we cash or will we burn? Next voice up, Sapphira. South Florida Heat. A dome above. 2 teams meet at a crossroads, one swinging for October, the other treading water. Cam Schlittler takes the hill for New York. 3 starts, and everyone's been a tightrope. A .491 ERA and an alarming 1.84 whip scream volatility. He strikes out enough, over 22%, but the walks, dangerous. And with 1.84 home runs per 9 innings allowed, his margin for error is thinner than paper. He's talented, but not yet trusted. Yuri Perez counters for the Marlins. And this kid's sharp. A 3.07 ERA across 9 starts, but the real signal is that 0.95 whip. He doesn't just get outs, he avoids damage. Strikeout rate over 26%, soft contact, and rare mistakes. If there's a flaw, it's the low ground ball rate. That's a red flag when you're facing the most dangerous fly ball team in the league. Because these Yankees don't need many chances. First in slugging, first in home runs, first in OPS, and in day games, they're even better. Batting .267 under sunlight. Giancarlo, Bellinger, Volpe. This isn't a team that needs to manufacture runs. They drop them like hammers. The Marlins are solid at home, but solid doesn't cut it here. They're 8-17 at Lone Depot Park against teams above 500, and their bats? Light. Just 99 home runs all season. If Schlittler wobbles, they might get a few early, but if he settles, the Marlins won't keep up. Miami's only path is if Perez dominates deep into the game and New York's bats go silent. But even then, trends don't lie. The Yankees are 13-8 on the road versus losing teams, and they cash. The Marlins are 52-55 for a reason. Against power lineups, they bend. This game hinges on one truth: power punishes. And today's AI pick is Yankees moneyline 120. Will we cash or will we burn? Next voice up. Anna.
Boston cracks its knuckles, but Houston comes with brass in their bones. Colton Gordon takes the mound for the Astros. He's not elite, but he's stable. A 4.74 ERA, 1.42 whip, and just 4% walk rate. That's not dominance, it's control. He's vulnerable to the long ball, nearly 2 per 9 innings, but his numbers improve away from home. He's a pitcher who survives, not conquers. But sometimes survival is enough. Walker Buehler starts for the Red Sox, and the name still carries weight. But the data? It doesn't lie. A 5.72 ERA, a whip over 1.5, and in his last 9 starts, he's sporting a brutal 7.12 ERA. This isn't a cold stretch, it's a collapse. His walk rate is over 10%. His command is gone. When he's not missing the zone, he's missing bats. And that's worse. Houston's offense doesn't overpower like it once did. But lately, they're heating. Batting .264 over their last 25 games, they've found rhythm in the middle of the order. Tucker, Pena, Alvarez, they don't need fireworks, just fire. Boston's lineup has power too, ranking 5th in slugging. But behind that, a defensive black hole. They're 29th in fielding percentage. Errors extend innings. Walks load bases. Against a team like Houston, those margins bleed runs. Then comes the bullpen. Astros on the road, 3.30 ERA. Red Sox at home, they've coughed up more leads than they've protected. That matters late. Houston's won 10 of their last 13 away from home. That's not coincidence. That's composure. Boston? Sub 500 at Fenway. The Cathedral has cracks. Gordon doesn't need to be great. He just needs to be better than Buehler. And Buehler, right now, is giving up the ghost. And today's AI pick is Astros moneyline, 104. Will we cash or will we burn? Up next, final game 5, now.
You ever walk into a game and think, no way the team with 40 wins walks out with 1 more? That's how the book wants you to think. But that's not how we play. Aaron Civale gets the ball for the White Sox. Season numbers? Meh. A 4.38 ERA, 1.34 whip. But peel back the surface, his last 6 starts, ERA's down to 3.86. He's not overpowering, but he's efficient, keeps the ball in the yard. That matters when you're facing a team built on home runs. Now flip it. Kyle Hendricks is the Angels' answer tonight. A vet who knows the ropes, but lately he's been stumbling through them. A 5.07 ERA over his last 4 starts. Soft contact isn't soft when it lands in the seats. And with a 1.52 home run rate and declining strikeout numbers, it's open season if the Sox stay patient. Let's talk sticks. White Sox are hitting 300 over their last 6. Angels, just 209. That's not a cold streak. That's an identity crisis. Power can't carry you if no one's on base. And this Sox lineup? Suddenly awake, aggressive and confident. And then there's the Pens. Chicago's bullpen over their last 25 games, a clean 3.15 ERA. LA's bullpen at home, 5.03 and rising. If this game's close late, only one dugout has the arms to finish the job. And the trend lines? White Sox have won 5 of their last 6 on the road against losing teams, plus 5.1 units. Angels, meanwhile, are 3-5 at home versus teams with a win percentage under 380, 2.8 units burned. That's a fire we're not stepping into. You don't need a perfect team to make a sharp play, just one that's hotter, hungrier, and better where it counts today. And today's AI pick is White Sox money line plus 130. Will we cash or will we burn? Recap comes next. Lilith is waiting.
You saw the fire, you watched the smoke. Now let's count the embers. Game 1, Abaddon stood beneath the Tampa sun and said, Dodgers money line. Blake Snell was on a leash, Rasmussen was running fumes, and the AI saw it coming. One team hunts, the other fades. Dodgers, 145. Game 2, Krista watched the wind curl through Wrigley and whispered, under 8.5. Matthew Boyd's command, Sugano's damage control, and the bats, softened by the breeze. Cubs and Orioles stayed low. The number stayed lower. Game 3, Sapphira lit the match in Miami. Yankees money line, she said. Perez had flash, but the Bronx brought fire. Day game averages don't lie, and Cam Schlittler survived just long enough for the bats to finish what he couldn't. Game 4, Anna stepped into Fenway with quiet certainty. Astros money line. Gordon held, Buehler crumbled, and Houston's road form refused to flinch. 10 wins in their last 13 away, and now 11. Game 5, Rucka walked into Anaheim with a smirk and said, White Sox money line. Civale was sharper than his record. Hendricks was leaking barrels. The Sox hit 300 over their last 6. The Angels hit air. En español, para los que arden con nosotros, juego 1, Dodgers línea de dinero, juego 2, menos de 8.5 carreras totales, juego 3, Yankees línea de dinero, juego 4, Astros línea de dinero, juego 5, White Sox línea de dinero. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Old saying, from the Rhine Valley, wenn die Flamme flüstert, gehorche nicht dem Wind. When the flame whispers, do not obey the wind. Lilith out.